Rolling it.
Welcome into Halftime Huddle. All right, fans, are you ready? For Chiefs Kingdom and the millions watching around the world, are you ready? This show is presented by Starcade Media, where we break down all the action from the first half of the Chiefs game. And now, introducing your hosts, Chase, Riley, and Jaymes Howell.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Chase, a.k.a. CR Media. I'm here with my good friend, Jaymes Howell, for Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk. How are you today, sir?
Man, I cannot be better. It's a beautiful day outside. We are out here kicking the shit out of the Arizona Cardinals. And, man, it's just a great day for football.
Absolutely. Week 1, guys. If you guys don't tune your TVs, I know it's a little bit different. We are live on Starcade Media. This is the first edition of the Halftime Huddle. We appreciate you guys coming in. What we're going to do is we're going to take a halftime to kind of break down the game, kind of talk about all the action and get you guys up to speed, and then talk about what we can look forward to in the second half. So, Jaymes, talk to me about this first half, man.
Man, they came out and it was just pedal to the metal. You know, the big question was what is this offense going to look like? You know, there's no Tyreek Hill anymore. We kind of had to reform the offense, and there was a lot of question marks about was this offense going to look like. And to my surprise, I mean, I really thought that it was going to be Mahomes coming out slinging it because it's Mahomes. Why wouldn't you? But they just fed him the rock. They gave Clyde Edwards-Helaire the rock over and over and over again, and they got CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, involved in this game. He's already put up. And then I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes hasn't passed the ball. I mean, he's already thrown for over 200 yards in the first half. So, I mean, it's just been pedal to the metal. And then on the defensive side of the ball, very aggressive. Very aggressive. We're getting to the quarterback. And, you know, that's helping out our defensive backs a lot on the back end of this defense. So I definitely like what I've seen so far this half.
Man, I'm gonna piggyback off of everything that you just said, and I'm gonna 100% agree. This defense has shown that it came to play. Now, granted, this is an Arizona team, off of, you know, away from Harrison or DeAndre Hopkins. Sorry, I was reading Clint's comment, but you know, without DeAndre Hopkins. But still, there's plenty of weapons on that offense. You know, James Conner, Kyler Murray's no joke. You know, Brown. You know, they've got playmakers on this team. So the defense has done a very good job of shutting that down. So Clint asked, should we be concerned about Harrison Butker's injury?
Yeah. It's already cost us points.
Yep.
You know, Justin Reed is great of a story as that is, that our safety could come in and kick the shit out of the ball. And he does have a leg on him, but he's not an NFL kicker. And, you know, at least for the remainder of this game, we should definitely be concerned. Hopefully it doesn't get to a point like right now we've got a pretty comfortable lead. So hopefully it doesn't get to, you know, a 3-point lead or, you know, come down to a field goal kick or, but moving forward after this week, yeah, we should definitely be concerned.
Yeah. I, like I said, just piggyback off of what you said again. Harrison Butker, clutch for the most part. I mean, go back to the divisional playoff game where you and me were in attendance, the Buffalo Bills last year. Harrison Butker kicked the field goal to put the Chiefs into overtime after that climatic 13-second drive. So then, you know, now, like I said, as long as we keep this comfortable lead, but if for future games, hopefully there's nothing wrong, because if it comes down to it, There's nobody on this team to put that ball in from 50 yards out,
Mm-hmm.
other than Harrison Butker. But going back to the game, I mean, the Chiefs. You and I can talk about this at a different time, but for this halftime huddle, the big talk has been Tyreek Hill. And the Chiefs will miss Tyreek Hill. There's no question about that. I've said that 100 times. But today, um, it hasn't been a question, man.
Yeah,
The Chiefs have moved the ball around.
been very efficient.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has plenty of people to move the ball to, and yeah, like I said, it hasn't been an issue. It seems that predominantly, though, you and I have asked the question in the offseason, who was going to step up to be that number one target. It looks like, as far as this first half has gone, man, it looks like it's Juju Smith-Schuster. So
Yeah,
he's been,
and
he's kind
I
of been
think the kid is talented enough to kind of piggyback off of that. I think he's talented enough. Let's not forget that he was productive in Pittsburgh. And he had an ancient Ben Roethlisberger throwing it to him. Now he comes here, and I don't think he's going to be here long term, but this is a perfect platform in Kansas City for him to come here and show the rest of the league that he's still a relevant receiver. And he's got a Patrick Mahomes throwing to him now. And I think the kid's going to go off.
Absolutely. So Juju Smith-Schuster has 6 receptions, 79 yards. Travis Kelce has 6 receptions, 60 yards. So like I said, Juju Smith-Schuster has stepped up to be that top receiver. But I mean, there's still people catching Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There's a comment in the chat from Rick Evans that says not much of a running game. And yeah, but Clyde is still being productive in those in the backfield there. So
yeah, I think we have seen some of them running in, but we got to remember, guys, that this is an Andy Reid offense, and we have Patrick Mahomes on this team, so it's gonna be 70% passing, 30% running. There's not gonna be, even on the best of running days, it's not gonna be a whole bunch of running in this offense.
Yep.
But I think the touches that they're having, that these backs are having, are efficient. We're gashing them for 7-8 yards at a time on some of these touches. So, and we're also getting these screenplays in here. The way Andy Reid runs this offense, and as far as the running game is concerned, is a little different than most traditional NFL teams.
So there's a Facebook user that said, "What's the word on Trey Smith?" I have not heard anything. I don't know if you have, James.
I haven't heard anything as at this point.
Andrew Lee says, "Are there concerns about Mahomes' left wrist? It seems to bother him from time to time. I don't think it would be an issue to where they pull him out of the game." No. Andrew, obviously his left hand, he's not throwing with his left hand. He won't be able to do maybe some of those out pitches that he does with his left hand. But I don't see his left wrist becoming a humongous issue.
Yeah, I do not foresee it being an issue moving forward. It probably does bother him from time to time, no doubt. But it's not his throwing hand, and unless he's pushing off to fend off a defender or something like that, pitch out to the left. They might kind of stay away from those kind of plays. The play calling might be affected a little bit, but I don't think that it's something to worry about. Unlike the Harrison Butker issue or injury, I don't think it's something to worry about moving forward.
Agreed. I did want to let's highlight for a second. L'Jarius Sneed coming off the edge, hitting that sack. Whew, man. Did you get an opportunity to see that play?
Oh yeah,
that was that was beautiful. And to kind of segue into that, James, we have seen a lot of QB pressure in this first half. This defense, man, I mean,
I love it.
You and
It
I
is
will
sexy.
you and I will have plenty to talk about this week. But for now, in this first half, this defense has more than exceeded my expectations. Like I said, taking nothing away from Arizona. Yes, they are without their number one wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, but
Yeah.
this is still a talented team. Kyler Murray is still a talented quarterback, and to watch the defense do what they've done so far has been very exciting. What's your keys? What's your keys to look for in the second half, sir?
Man, they just on the defensive side, they need to stay aggressive, and it's all about, for me, it's QB contain, right? Because Kyler Murray is the same as when we started the game. You have to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket and collapse the pocket with Chris Jones. He's dangerous. His feet is it's another complete weapon, and if he gets outside of the pocket, he can make things happen. So for me, defensively, it's about containing the quarterback, and offensively, it's just about kind of keeping the same rhythm and the same mojo that you got going already, because they've got something special. I mean, barring the fumble from Juju Smith-Schuster, that's the only downside that I've seen the whole half. I mean, they've been extremely efficient. The first 3 drives were touchdowns. Just keep it up. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay aggressive. And, yeah, that's all I've got.
Mine is going to be yes, I would like to see them establish the run a little bit, but I want to see the run established so it can pick up in the fourth quarter. The third quarter, I want them to agree. I agree with you. I want them to stay aggressive, and the defense, I want them to stay putting pressure on Kyler Murray. Do not let Kyler Murray outside of the pocket to make plays, because that's what Kyler Murray does. As long as the Chiefs do that, I think this second half is going to be. It's going to be much of the same of what we see in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, when we see the pressure get home, we see these 3 and outs, and when he has time, then that's when they start to expose our quarterbacks a little bit, because our the talent, as far as the talent pool, in my perspective, the cornerback is one of the lowest ends as far as talent, on our team. I like L'Jarius Sneed and Rashad Fitton, and I think they're great, but I just think that there hasn't been a whole bunch that's been invested in that area.
I agree.
And yeah, so I think getting to the quarterback is the most important thing going into the second half.
All right.
All right, word has it that the game is back on.
That is right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the Halftime Huddle with Starcade Media. We look forward to watching the second half of the game. Stay tuned to Starcade Media for all your Chiefs news. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.